Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Hades 2, and last time we had a very difficult but ultimately successful run with what I think is maybe one of the weakest weapon aspects, the aspect of Eos on the torches, but we unlocked the new aspect, the hidden aspect, on the torches. I guess we've yet to technically craft them, but I think for this run, we will probably be going back to the hidden aspect on the black coat, which we used fairly recently, but we went to the surface with it, and if we go now, maybe we can go in the underworld, get the bonus bones, get the prophecy for getting to the final room in the underworld with this, and maybe even, if we feel so bold, we could consider, since we would need 12 fear,
by my birthright.
could this be the run? When we try taking on rival Chronos and maybe succeed at it? Because when we used this, going to the surface for our first ever time with this aspect, we were thinking this run is insanely strong and maybe we ought to have activated the rival Typhon fight. We didn't though, so maybe we go down against Chronos and maybe we'll have what it takes, or maybe we'll learn that it was more so lucky, fantastic boons and less so the weapon aspect that carried us on that previous run. So that's what I'm thinking about here. There are potentially some alternative ways to get up to 12 fear, if you would let me... Oh, that's because we had it. You can probably just barely see it there. But our familiar was standing right in front of that. I was like, it's not activating this when I press the button. That's because the cat was in the way. But there are some alternative ways to get up to 12, but it's getting high enough now, this would be our highest fear run thus far, that it becomes pretty challenging. You have to start putting on either a lot of stuff that is maybe not horrible in small quantities, but you start loading up on a lot of it and it very much does start to add up. Or, you know, it's just a whole bunch of stuff overall, and it gets messy. So, it is simple if we go rival Chronos, albeit very difficult. So I think that's the plan. And then we could stick with the gold purse. Just trying to think if there's any alternative approach we would want to take given the circumstances. But maybe we stick with what we know there. And in terms of familiar, we did take we took Tula last time, whose Death Defiance actually did prove to be very, very meaningful, but maybe Golly is still...
May I have the honor of your company?
...our familiar of choice, generally speaking. So, let's double check. Okay, we need to defeat Cerberus to get the bonus nightmare. So ideally we at least do that. We did also get the incantation to free/fix/ whatever word you want to use Narcissus, so I think we need to run into him on this run, and then we may resolve his issues there, potentially Echo alongside him. So here goes nothing.
To the abyss.
Knowingly stacking the cards very much against ourselves here.
Just like
but
before.
I do like Demeter to start things off, and as a reminder, well actually it's going to cost us magic if I use it right now, so I will refrain, but the whole deal with this aspect is that you use the charge special, which creates a bouncing effect, and if you stand in that bouncing area, then it will gradually charge up one of our skills, and if you look at just above where our Death Defiance icon is, it's that sort of blank circle that has a 0 next to it. So by standing in the special area of effect, that number will go up. Each time it goes up, that increases the power of our charged attack. So charge special, followed by charged attack, and if it is fully charged, then it can do some absurd damage, especially if we get some good boons to go alongside it, so that's where it could be the key thing that allows us to defeat rival Chronos.
Your mother used to visit us for months on end, but now, knowing that she is all right and restored to her underworld throne, I could not ask for more. Not right away.
At least, not right now. Okay, so I think special. Maybe cast, but special would probably be what we'd like to see most from Demeter, because that way we get the freeze on what is going to be our leading move in almost every encounter, and we can more safely stand in that area of effect and not have to worry as much about getting hit while we're charging up for a later powerful attack. So we do see a rare attack here, but Demeter, as I've said many times before, although I love the freeze effect, does not have the highest pure damage, and so I think we want to wait to find a better pure damage boon, whether that be higher rarity from Demeter or ideally someone else entirely. So, I don't really want to go with a common rarity boon in case we want to keep the Narcissus option open. So we get some magic restoration. There's the charge special effect. There's the charge attack.
Go for it, Golly.
And so magic restoration definitely can be helpful with this build, because we kind of do need to stand still while we're waiting in our charge special to power up our attack. And charge special and charge attack collectively will use a lot of magic. Ooh, okay, early chaos. That is usually ideal. That was just a normal special that time. Oh, and now we don't have the magic. That's okay, though. At least on this occasion. Alright, so we'd have to skip Zeus and skip life. I think that's probably okay. We're going to take 11 damage going in. This should evolve by the time we get to the rival Hecate, since this is not quite as early as possible, but pretty close to it with Chaos.
Gently now.
Get that.
You reached your father's residence, then disappeared, becoming undetectable to me. This was the work of Chronos, was it not? A transference into another realm of possibility in which you attempted to shut from the inside out.
And we think that we need to do something with Chaos as one of the components toward freeing the Fates, so for all we know, it could be this conversation right here. Or maybe that's one of the ones that we've already done? Ooh, okay, so both of these are ones that we've not yet taken for prophecy completion purposes, although I think that's not a coincidence, because they are the really bad negative effects. If you don't clear encounters quickly, you take 500 damage, which is just insane. That means you're definitely using at least one Death Defiance. I don't know if that big of a hit means that you blow through multiple Death Defiances all at once. If so, then it's potentially a run ender right there. And then we get a whole bunch of gathering resources for gathering tools once that evolves. Yeah, no thanks. Next 4 encounters, we have significantly less max life, but afterward, whenever we exit a location, we get a lot of healing. Could we get away with this early on? It is 4 encounters. Otherwise, we use magic when we dash. Afterward, our channel moves are much faster. I mean, this is nice given how we have a bunch of rival fights, so we may find ourselves taking a lot of damage there, and we want to make sure we're going into those fights with as much health as possible. But, as I was saying, charged special and charged attack are both going to be important factors, so I feel like we take this. I wish the number was higher. It feels like 16% faster. It's not as much as I would have expected, but let's go for it. And then we're going to upgrade the magic restoration, I think, here, by taking this, because that's the only boon we have that is upgradable. So it is hard to not dash. We've taken this one at least once before. Oh, hold on. It's also hard sometimes to stand still long enough to get that. Long encounter. Hold on.
Silence.
So, yes, this is the only thing that can be upgraded. Now that means restoring magic very quickly. Okay, hold on. Time for fish. Ooh,
Got a
quick one.
bite.
Okay.
Looks like a figment.
That gives us the equivalent of a water boon. Okay, I think we have to go Hermes here, so we've yet to spend any gold, so we're still doing fine on that front, and he may give us more gold. I think we've already healed off the life that we lost by going into the Chaos Room, so that's good. Fortunately, that is strong enough to take those guys out. Oh, hold on. I will have to use some magic there.
Not now.
You just beat this guy up. If you would stop running away. There we go. Okay. I think this Chaos Boon also had the shortest amount of time before it
Thank
evolved.
you.
Yeah, we only need one more room. Alright, so then here...
Your father's back where he belongs, your mother too. I'm really glad they're safe and sound together, Em. You've got to make up for lost time with them, and you'll be able to from here on out.
That's the hope. Okay, so dash more frequently. Whenever we slay foes, we do more damage more quickly. Dodge chance based on number of boons. I think long-term, thinking ahead to the Super Chronos fight, that could be very helpful as long as we can get a whole bunch of boons. And, okay. Ooh. Speaking of a whole bunch of boons, this has the potential to give us more than one boon, at least one, hopefully. Whereas this does help us to progress the plotline with Arachne, which is another one that we're trying to resolve soon. But I don't know if this is the run when we want to be prioritizing those sort of side plotline things over just maximizing our chance of winning, given how challenging this run may be. So, it pains me a bit, but I think we're going this way. Okay, because we don't need the healing, but we get an extra boon, which again, we want to stack as many boons as possible with this. And I think we're going to take you, and this can't get upgraded, which means, oh no. The only thing that would be upgraded would be you. I think that's kind of overkill. It is possible to get less than 125%, because you have to stay inactive for half a second to at least get it to start. So that means you'd have to stay inactive for almost a second and a half to get your full magic restoration. So, it still feels like Zeus has more potential here. But what would we want from Zeus? Maybe... I think we might have even gotten Zeus special with this aspect in that previous run, and it became quite strong. I guess we'll get this, and we'll take our chances and see if it happens to roll on whatever Zeus boon we get, or if it gets the Demeter boon instead.
I accept this message.
Okay. And swap out the magic restoration boon. No, not really what I had in mind. Special, we would like for that to be higher rarity, because special is quite important, and as I was saying, I would probably prefer for this to be Demeter with the special. So, I don't really want to have to blow through a reroll here, but having a common rarity boon at this stage is not... If it's not a good boon, is bad, because that means we basically prevent ourselves from going the Narcissus route later on. I mean, we could get a sacrifice for this, so I guess we'll take it for now. And then we'll do this, and yes, that is definitely the thing that at this point we would rather see getting hit. Okay. Mini-boss Ares, mini-boss Hera. Hera plus Zeus, of course, has the potential for the Queen or King's Gambit, dramatically increasing the level of those boons. It actually does not work well if you already have upgraded the rarity of, or rather the level of those boons. So, and that's a ways away, if we were to even see those duo boons. Ares is another one that's kind of like Zeus, slow but hard-hitting, which could work well with what we have. Could potentially take the place of this special, or... I don't know. I guess we'll take this. Which one is it?
I've returned.
It's you. Ow. Also, you're dead. A lot of that came from Magali block activating, which is unfortunate timing in a way. It's also fortunate timing in a different way. It almost completely broke their armor.
You never even got to see the palace proper, my dear. It's not presentable anyhow. Perhaps by the time your father's house is back in order, ours shall be as well. I quite insist you visit at that point.
I mean, that's kind of the weird thing, is that now we never see the House of Hades and we never see the palace on Olympus after defeating the final bosses in either direction. So I hope that that does happen at some point, that we get to go back there. Okay, so... does use more magic, but is very good for damage. sort of supporting damage there. We're going to use a lot of charge moves. The attack, it's, especially at this rarity, it's not bad in terms of damage. It could be higher still. But it also has the hitch, which increases the area of effect potential, which, for what is mostly going to be a single target skill, the attack is for the huge burst of damage. The special is more the area of effect and maybe the cast. So I guess there's maybe another person who we'd like to see the special boon from more than the attack. I think I might still go with this, though.
My strength reborn.
Okay, and I'm hoping with our pretty powerful magic restoration boon that's going to help us out, and we no longer have the chaos boon making our dashes drain magic. Now our charge moves are faster. So very much focusing around the charge moves. That's the idea. Oh, it's Nemesis.
Than you. Could use more coin. How about I take yours as soon as we're finished around here?
We'll see about that.
Here we go.
Come on then.
Glad we can dash now. Yeah, she got one over there. That's okay. Oh, I don't have the magic for it. That's okay. Who needs magic anyway? Nemesis got all confused. She's like, what? You attacked the enemy that I was going to kill. There are a lot of enemies in here. I will say that much. Does mean she has a lot of potential to catch us, but I'm deliberately going after the small enemies that only take a few hits to take down. Yeah, I think we beat her.
There we go.
I'm pretty sure we beat her. By a ton. We did end up using a block at the end there, which was unfortunate, because that's not exactly great timing. No!
Go on.
No! Ah! I could have sprinted. I could have been slightly faster. I hesitated a little bit because I wasn't sure if we got the gold immediately, or because I didn't see a gold icon drop directly. Ugh. You know what?
Think you can catch me?
Maybe this is a bad idea. Trying to make up for what we missed out on. This is bad. One moment while I get magic back. And then do this. Oh. One moment. I need magic. Brambles are annoying. Nope.
Can't right now.
Nope, no, nope. No. Don't spawn the brambles directly on top of me. That is not cool. Magic back. This. And that should get you. Okay, so unfortunately, we missed a hammer. However, we definitely would not have been able to have done this had we raced Nemesis successfully through here. So at least we get an extra palm. And with that... as I said, this one's kind of awkward if we are ever looking at getting the duo Zeus plus Hera boon. Because if we sacrifice Zeus to boost Hera, we do not get any bonus value from sacrificing higher level boons. That's the downside. If we're sacrificing Hera to increase the level of Zeus boons, then obviously we already have a head start. You could argue that means there are some diminishing returns there. But, so you could make the case, well, alright, either you're upgrading Hera or you're upgrading Zeus. I don't really think we want to upgrade this further. I think it's kind of already doing what we want it to do. In a vacuum, I still think the special is the best for us, and yeah, this stinks. Oh.
Always use more.
Well, that was quick. I am deliberately gonna do a little bit more of this to see if we can get a little more. Ooh, hello. A little more gold. Especially because there is a whoop, mini shop right there. Nope, not gonna happen, buddy.
Sounds like I can get out.
Okay. So we could get even more magic. No, I think that's very much overkill. Here. That'd be kind of helpful against Rival Hecate, although now I feel like we're in a decent place there. Let me do this. Oh. Okay. Well, we don't really need the healing, but sure, I guess. And there's you.
Let me help you.
It's gonna be a slow one. I was slow there, but fortunately, that's still good enough. Okay, so now, oh man, getting a bunch of bad room rewards. The best one by far was the one that Nemesis stole from us. So the nice thing about having the Zeus special be our lead
Who else?
is that it does work well with the Blitz. Because if that doesn't trigger immediately, then at least we can then follow up to make it trigger. Excuse me. Guess we're going for you. Hold on.
Can't do it.
Magic Restoration. So yeah, as you see there, it technically could still be stronger than Magic Restoration. It does restore it very quickly. It's still not like it's completely instantaneous. Oh man. Sure. It worked last time. Will it work this time? That remains to be seen. Hate that. Hate that a lot, in fact. Nope. Okay, hold on. Magic back, please. Dodge that while we're at it. Do this. We got rid of one of the screamy banshee ladies, but not all of them. Blitz gets rid of you. Oh, we haven't hit you. Oh, I really wanted to hit. There we go. Okay.
From the king and
So yeah,
queen.
between the two of these, collectively, that should be pretty useful. Already up at level 4 on this if we go this route. Pretty serious diminishing returns already. Maybe we do go with this one at this point. We'd say, alright, it truly is all we could ask for, magic restoration wise. I mean, it's based on percentages, not flat numbers. So I guess the more magic we have, the more meaningful 125 or 165% magic restoration per second becomes. But yeah, we'll do that. Okay. And then we head through here for sure. And this should probably be the penultimate room.
Lord Charon?
It is. Why did you say that so inquisitively? As if you did not know who Lord Charon was. Well, anyways, we can buy... I think we'll get these two. We want this first? No, I think we want this.
In the name of Hades.
Cast, probably. Or this. Ooh, no, or this as early as possible. Yes, I mean, ideally it would be even earlier still, but let's do it. It's a long-term investment, so by the time we get to Chronos, assuming that we do, that should pay off. Short-term against the likes of Hecate right now, it's, of course, not ideal, but we can, okay. I think we're fine passing on this. It's just hard to get excited about 10 extra damage. This is 30 when we use charge-up moves. I mean, this is still going to be hitting more often than this. Like the special bounce bounces in the same area around 3 times, so that alone equates to upgrading this, except special is probably going to hit actual targets more often than this does. We're still going for that, and then still wouldn't necessarily be opposed to a sacrifice boon at some point that replaces that with a different type of special, and if we do, then it's already working from a very strong head start at level 4. Okay, so against rival Hecate, we have the aspect, and we have a decent special as well. This to go alongside it, and you should help as well, so it's It's not much in the way of just pure damage yet. I mean, I guess you could argue this already is sort of doing that, but need an attack boon, a nice attack boon for that to really start to feel like
The
it's
clearing isn't
picking up.
far.
Ready.
Perhaps some evening I shall reach this point so quickly that I'll slip by before you arrive, Headmistress.
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know, is that actually a thing?
I've no intent to permit any such possibility. Not even if you've the swiftness of Hermes speeding you on. Why don't we get to it then?
Is that actually just because we have a Hermes boon? In which case, it's definitely not our first time having a Hermes boon at this stage. Yep, I know she's going to do that, but fortunately, I was able to hit her with the special. That's a little bit annoying. Please don't trap me.
Aid me.
Excuse me. Just getting some magic back. I didn't even see if I needed it, per se, but yeah. Ooh, hello. Oh, that was bad. Okay, I was gonna say, I didn't really remember if we had a dash boon yet. Nope, please stand in here. Ooh, I have used a lot of magic. That was maybe not the best time to get some back, but I did get some, nonetheless. Whoop. This one is going to be you firing a whole bunch of these, and also summoning a bunch of friends, who I would now like to get rid of. Is it just those two? It's a little hard to navigate around those. Who else is left? Oh, yep, there definitely are more. Okay, I was going to say it would have been surprising if it was just those two. Woo! There we go. Oh, we already maxed. Okay. Need to charge this up. If anything... I don't know which one is which. Okay, well, that was a very unfortunate place to find myself. For a variety of reasons. Hello. Hello to you too. She's about to phase. She's getting close to it. There is that achievement for... Oops. It's an achievement for killing one of her witch friends.
Find anything good?
Killing one of her witch friends while you're technically affected by her curse. This. So I'm going to deliberately do this proactively. Ah, but it missed anyways. Yeah, I don't really know how you're supposed to do it in that case. It is a little hard to, especially hard to dodge. When we're a rat. Fortunately, we had our Hermes boon proc there, which equated to a dodge. Yeah, this is a real pain. The specific skill that Hecate uses when she enters this phase does change from one run to the next. This one's bad. She technically only do it on certain sides of the arena at many different points in time. Maybe that's... Gets that way. It's just, requires a lot of patience. Okay, that apparently was the last one, thankfully. Take a guess that one of you is the real Hecate. I think that is the case. Maybe? Maybe not? The one's now right. Sure. Oh, okay, you're doing more of that. Gotcha. One moment while I continue to charge this up. Thank you for walking into that. One moment while I slightly sidestep that, and then do 1,200 damage to you with a fully charged aspect attack. Ooh, okay, getting out of there, and ideally out of there as well, but apparently not. That should be enough. There we go. Took a little bit of damage, but should be able to heal that off in the fountain after this.
Oh, only that I would not willingly confront the fury of Xinth for merely anyone, Milenoe. Return to Shadow now.
Alright.
Tucked away.
Have some of those. We took the crafting resource during the fight. And as I said, I think... Oh, right. There's still that.
Cinder.
Don't forget about that. Now, certainly should be able to heal all the way up. From here, no Chronos. And we avoided any common rarity boons, which means we're not looking to Narcissus here, so we can just go straight into this. And then, let's just see. Armor, Psyche, special damage. Don't really think any of those are of particular interest. We did not see Selene, did we? Ooh. Yikes. Have to imagine a big Hex is going to be an important factor against rival Chronos. So the fact that we have not even started yet with Selene is concerning. If we do this, it makes Selene show up more quickly, more likely to show up more quickly, but we still can't cash in the Moonbeam until the second Selene appearance. So it's still not great in this situation, or at least we're relying on additional Selenes, because as you may recall from our previous run, rival Scylla is, outside of Chronos, potentially the most dangerous enemy, given how early on we face her on this run. So, eesh. I would like to, similarly, have the Hex ready to go, and have a keepsake that is helping us, both short-term and long-term, so we're good against both Chronos and Scylla. And Moonbeam is a little bit of a dice roll, but if it's not you, then Concave Stone, I don't know what we would take, so yes, we're taking it.
Heading in.
Okay, so let's...
Keep practicing, Scylla.
Alright, we do get Selene right off the bat, but we really want to see another Selene on this floor. That's a lot of enemies. That was close. There's more of them. There's still more of them. There's still more of them. Oh, one moment. I do not have the magic. Not sure what it was that hit them, to be honest with you.
There you are.
There you are, indeed.
I draw you down, O moon. Lend me your light.
Nyx is finally returned to us, and perhaps in time you may come to know her, as do I.
I mean, she is your
Although her
mother.
influence never faded. I missed her wisdom and her presence very much, and have you to thank for our reunion.
Don't know that
Which suits you?
we can reach that same level of familiarity. Okay, but let's see. So we have the big burst of damage from the meteor. After 4 seconds, this combines with Hestia, the beam, which combines with Apollo, and this, I think, is Hephaestus. We don't have any of them yet, so that's why we don't see the duo option. But we could potentially get them later on. These are generally my two favorites in terms of pure damage dealing. This one, I'm trying to think, for Scylla and for Chronos, especially if we do not get the opportunity to upgrade this very much in the short term, this is very risky because you have to stand still to use it until you at least very highly upgrade it. So I think we go with this.
Total eclipse.
just keep on giving me these rooms that are not very useful, and there's little healing when we don't need it, which is also not very helpful. Okay, I think we're going here for the tiny bit of life. Oh, no, hold on. No, I didn't mean to do that. That was supposed to be a special. That was supposed to be this. Not so fast. Oh, you are definitely not the last enemies in here. Trying to kite you guys in there. There we go. Oh, hold on.
It's no use.
Alright. Nab these. And then with 311 gold, this is definitely not the final shop. But we do have enough money to potentially buy from here and then maybe even from the penultimate room as well, although given the choice, that may mean that we'd want to take a free boon or free life upgrade. We do have two options at that stage. Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, we know what this means now. I'm not super confident with where we stand with our build right now, but long term, if we can pull this off without losing a bunch of life and or death defiances, then this does give us free items from all of the future shops. So that could be really useful, again, if we're thinking super long term against Chronos.
It's Charon.
We can buy this and this, which could make us stronger, maybe to the point where we feel okay going into that, but let's start here.
Choose your path.
So we can get the moonbeam activated, and this is a big difference maker. Let's see, how many points does it take to get to the end spots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can get to one of these. 8, 9, 10, and we could get here as well. Or here, let's see. So what are these ones? Fires your charge cast in the target area immediately after the blast. Don't think we have a cast boon yet, although we might be about to get one from Zeus. Hex fires +1 blast 2 seconds after the first. I think we do want this one. That is the most damage potential. It does significantly increase the cost, but what does this do? Smaller blasts. I do like that too. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we start with an 80% charge. That is nice. We can't quite make it there, or we could start making progress here. I think I like the idea of having it be 80% charge as soon as we walk into a room, because after increasing the cost of it by quite a bit, that can help cancel that out to a certain extent. Larger area, damage after doing it, larger area, damage after doing it. There's the big upgrade, also useful there, and then charge up. Okay, so that's good. We definitely can still benefit a lot from future Selene, but that's a pretty big difference maker. And then this, let's see. We could get the cast, which we did just... Ooh. Ooh. That is pretty nifty. Because most of our damage is coming from Blitz and or this right now, which sure is not Blitz, but the special boon benefits a lot from this. Otherwise, we get an attack boon and suddenly all of our big things have Blitz on them. Or we eventually do get that Selene upgrade for our cast. Or Selene upgrade that makes our Hex do our cast. And then this becomes more meaningful, but that's speculative. So that's would be long term. So definitely not this one right now, I don't think, because we're trying to find a way to justify going into the optional encounter after this. I think it might be. Okay, you could even make a case for this. How much is it? It's 20 armor. Hey. I think we try it. I think we try it, and the Hex is going to be key. We're going to have to crowd control to make sure we can pull off that Hex. And let's see. We've done this once before. We don't know if it's the same thing every time, or if it's the same enemy but with different move sets of some variety, or if it's a completely different enemy, completely different area. Who knows? But we're trying it.
All right, Zagreus. accept these terms.
Did we read the fine print this time?
Hello, brother.
There came a point in my security specialist career where my victories became too numerous to count. So thanks for last time, reminding me about defeat.
Alright.
You're very welcome. And likewise have my own defeats become a little less common recently. Though I don't know where that leaves us. Somebody always has to lose here.
Yeah, last time when we had this encounter, we were already quite strong, and so we more or less bullied Zagreus. It might have even been on the previous run where we had this weapon aspect. I don't know that that's going to be the case this time, though. I think this is going to be a lot more challenging this time around, because we are not yet at a point where we are feeling super strong.
The Shades would never tolerate it any other way. But let's make this a victory or defeat to never forget.
Alright. Please stand in here. Thank you. We already have it charged up. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to launch it in the middle, I think. Try to keep you in here.
Nice for you.
Stay in there. Yep, there's the second one. Ah, okay. Block actually does do damage to him, though, which is very helpful. That adds up. I'm also trying to charge up our attack a bit. And if we stall like this, he doesn't have a great way to chase us, and it does give us time to just charge up our next hex. Stay in here, please. Ah, he missed. Not to get by the second one. But we do need more magic, so ideally I would be outrunning him to the point where I can actually stand still for a little bit. Get some magic back. Then we do this. Oh, hold on. Hex it back. Please come in the middle. Ooh, dodge. Pretty clutch. Please stay there. Thank you, Zagreus. And yes, the Hex, as expected, has been the key thing here. Hey, if you could just, like, chill for a second, that would be ideal. Wasn't exactly the best place to throw that. I was mostly just trying to charge up the Hex more, / ideally stand in said special. Like putting it in the middle. Has enough area of effect. There's a pretty good chance it's going to hit him. Please come back in here. Dodge the second one. I love it. You need to remember sometimes if I'm just... I don't have anything that I'm trying to do immediately, it's worth completely standing still. To make sure that I activate the magic restoration. It's just a basic special. Oh, dude, oh no, we don't have Hex. Now we do. Hey, Zagreus. Okay, there's a Depth Defiance. We know he has those. Oh, and he does. He goes invisible now. Forgot about that part. Oh, that's actually the best way to make it harder for him to chase us. I do want to get the charge attack in. That's why. Nope, don't go invisible now. Thank you. Thank you. Special hit him? I think so, yeah. Oh, hold on.
Full blast.
He's going invisible. I'm getting magic back. No, don't go invisible now. Oh, he popped back up just in time. Okay, perfect.
Oh, congratulations, Minanui, for I have deemed you blasted strong. Well above rather strong on my scale.
Okay, so we did have to use, I think, 2 blocks, which is unfortunate, but we didn't take a big burst of damage. Didn't have to use a Death Defiance, which of course was the big risk.
Thank you, brother. I try. Do you normally even win anything when you prevail in this place?
And I do still really like this encounter. I think this is really well done. The music just the way in which we encounter Zagreus, the way that he fights as well, I think is cool.
Usually just darkness, but I do have something for you here.
Oh?
I've always wanted to give somebody one of these.
Hold on. What is this all about?
A keepsake of some sort.
Huh?
Thank you.
Is it his keepsake?
Occupational hazard.
Because usually you get keepsakes from gifting nectar to people, but if this is the only way we can run into Zagreus nowadays, then maybe that is how one gets his keepsake. And I remember we saw this last time, but we couldn't activate it because I clicked on this first, and as soon as you click on that, it teleports you out of here. So let's do this first.
The long-absent underworld prince, no stranger to many an ignoble defeat, has suffered yet another utterly humiliating loss, and at the hands of his own sister, no less.
Ouch.
Hey, give him a break.
Give him a break, man. Alright, so the big benefit of that is, yes, sure, we get some actually pretty significant amount of gemstones there. But more importantly, every subsequent shop is going to give us a free item now.
Where were we? Court.
This is not a great place. Not a great place. Excuse me. Nice. Yeah, definitely like that we went for the double blast on this hex. Definitely think that was the right move. Hold on. Whoop. Woo! There's another block for you. I think we are now all out of them on this floor. The other ones, you could at least say they served a very meaningful purpose. Less so the case for this one. Ooh, I don't have the magic for that. Never mind. Well, that gives us a little bit of magic.
Golly, get it.
Okay,
Nicely
and
done.
now... So, if we're trying to add a new god or goddess to the equation, it's Hestia who we want for the duo boon potential. We're not seeing her here. We do not yet have Hephaestus. We do have Hera. Those would both be mini-bosses. The more boons we get, the more dodge chance we get. So to the extent possible, we would like to choose boons over palms or life. And that's another reason why, especially with this boon, getting that Zagreus encounter done is potentially going to be very helpful long-term. So I think we're still looking for attack. We're still looking for special, and we really want to get, or rather a cast. We'd really like to see one of those things. I think on our previous run we had the Hephaestus attack boon. I think that's what we were going with this aspect. So maybe that's okay. As I said, with high rarity at least, this is not bad for special damage, or rather attack damage. Okay, let's try this though. I think that's probably a better option for us. It's the little rat man, and it's chaos. Ooh, this is a dangerous time for chaos. Can we get Ratman in the middle? That would be ideal. We can. Ow. He can hit me as well. But I wanted to make sure we hit on the second one. Why I was lingering there. A lot of these guys. It's mine. Magic bag. That was close. Hey, Ratman. But I keep on calling him Ratman. He's not the Ratman. The Ratmen are the guys on the final floor. But yeah, the Hex is huge. Already, that is doing some pretty serious work for us, and that's what we were hoping for when we took the
Positively
Selene
vicious.
keepsake.
What is that you've got in your hand there? Let me see. Mayhap another aspect of some sort. Except, well, not seen anything like that before. I'm proper jealous now.
That's because it's a hidden aspect. Okay, so we can get the attack boon. It's, once again, not really the rarity that we're looking for. We can gain life based on our magic, which is somewhat high right now, so that is saying something. 25%? Yeah, so it's It's better than a heart, but not by that much. It would continue to grow as time goes on and we gain more magic. But if we're thinking short term, which I think we do need to start doing, I'm half tempted to reroll here. Although these are good ones, I just want higher rarity, and this is a mini-boss that we just completed, so these should be higher rarity rolls. So I'm expecting everything to be at least rare.
Let's see what else.
Eesh. I might end up taking this. I don't like it. I don't really like it.
Such strength.
Not what I would have chosen, in hindsight. Not a huge fan of what came of that reroll. Speaking of not a huge fan, the timing of this is very, very bad. Because we will, without question... Yes, the skill fight is almost immediately after this. So we could... Oh, and if I'd remembered that... If we go in here, we need to be ready to potentially reroll to avoid having a nightmare downside in the skill fight. What even would we be willing to take for a downside? I guess common rarity boons would be okay. We'd probably be okay with taking damage with, I don't know, the cast, since we don't have anything on our cast right now. Maybe that'd be fine. I don't know. Hidden room rewards we'd be okay with. Alright, this is a horrible idea. In the short term, at least. Long term, though, really hoping that this pays off. Against Chronos. Let's see what we can get here.
By the will of chaos.
Okay. Definitely not doing that, because that will include the skill of fight. We have less max life. We could have just gained some, except that's going to give us cast damage, which is not super helpful. Dash depletes magic. Afterward, we sprint and move 20% faster. It's potentially workable. We're going to be dashing a ton in the skill fight, so we're going to deplete magic that way. However, it doesn't prevent you from dashing if you run out of magic. It just always prevents you from using charge specials and attacks, which is obviously a very important thing for us. So we'd have to then stand still, restore magic that way, and then not dash and use the charge special or charge attack. I think we might have to reroll.
Let's do it.
Okay, this is what I was thinking of. Or even this. Ooh. That does make it a lot easier to use our combos, but a lot harder to set up the hex. I think I'm going to take this. Okay. I think I stand by that. Because that's a rare... And the reroll, even, to get there. Because that's the rare Chaos Boon that is not going to hinder us in this fight. And then long-term, getting more gold, again, is another... Ooh, speaking of gold. Another way to get more boons so we can power up in general. But even if the boons aren't great, we're still giving ourselves a better dodge chance. So this will, I think, be the penultimate room. We don't have that much gold to work with. No! Okay, so this is the free upgrade that we're getting because we defeated Zagreus. This is the second hammer we've been denied on this run. The first from Nemesis, now here in this shop, but I think we'll go here, and then we'll probably go Mystery Boon. Might even go Mystery Boon first, because we'd like to upgrade the attack or cast, and we don't have one yet. And our special is already upgraded enough that we're seeing some pretty serious diminishing returns there. It's Zeus, and we know it's going to be common rarity, but that might not be the worst thing. The timing is actually pretty decent here, because if we take this, it'll be, I believe, still our only common rarity boon at the end of this floor, which means we could then Narcissus to guarantee that we upgrade the rarity on you. And then we'll still have 2 more common rarity boons on the next floor after that, but that's fine for Narcissus purposes. We've already done the trick at that point. So I think we do it. Short term, yes, it's helpful having an actual attack boon. It's obviously not as good as a higher rarity one would be in the skill fight, but it's better than nothing. Electric. And it probably is the thing that we would like to target with this, if possible. We don't see it, though, and we definitely cannot use our last reroll on this. So I think we may... Oh, man. We may end up making it be the special. Alright, fair enough. Very much would like for that to be the attack. Very much would like to be able to afford that as well, and that. But the free upgrade is still quite meaningful. That's very good that we have that. Okay, so Scylla. Rival Scylla. Very, very difficult fight. In fact, our run was almost ruined here on the previous go-round. So that is a scary thought. I'd like to believe that we're a little bit stronger now. Oh, wait. Did this... Has this hit anything yet? I think it hit this. Yeah. This was not heroic before. It was already very strong, and now it's... I think it was epic rarity. Now it's heroic. Yeah. So... This has been upgraded once. That, I think, was already epic. There's a chance that's been upgraded as well. Love for this to get upgraded. Okay. But damage. It's coming from the charge special, and it's coming from the charge attack. Charge attack is a little bit better now that we at least have an attack boon of some variety to go along with it. Between this... Oh, I suppose. I forgot about that. We get a little bit of dodge from Golly as well, so it's already 12% collectively on the dodge. Hopefully... it will get higher still. Here goes nothing.
Look down.
We're also not at max life. Oh, the Hex is going to be huge here as well.
Sharing the spotlight seems unlike you, Scylla. How will you make a name for yourself if you keep collaborating with a bigger performer like Charybdis?
Oh, we're implying Charybdis is bigger? She's not going to like that.
Charybdis has the bigger mouth, all right, but we got a pretty different act. Sailors often can't decide which of us they like more, so we figured, why not let them have both?
Okay, you may not realize it, but this is actually extremely clever, this writing, because as I have mentioned before, that is mythologically accurate. That Scylla and Charybdis are right near each other in the Odyssey, such that sailors have to choose which one of them they face on their perilous journeys through the sea. And so, that's just so fitting. That she says, oh, why have them choose when we can just give them both?
This also doesn't strike me as the simplest creative partnership, yet you're working together to please your audience or simply to stop me. I'm almost impressed.
Alright, so I'm thinking the plan is use charge special as soon as possible, ideally right on top of the drummer, and then hopefully the magic we spend from that plus the magic, or plus the 80% hex charge at the very beginning, collectively, that gives us access to the hex. Use that right on the drummer. Hopefully a bunch of enemies are clustered around that area, as is often the case, and it does a huge burst of damage that can take out the drummer after just a few seconds. We will likely still take some damage in that exchange, because that's just the toll you have to pay from doing that, but hopefully we do enough damage in the process that it then simplifies things quite a bit, at least for the first half of the fight. Then in the second half, we're going to have to maybe try to do the same thing again with another hex right off the bat.
Oh, words we very often hear. It always means so much, especially from our harshest detractors. Don't stop us from trying to drown you like always, lady. But thanks.
All right, here we go. So that, and then we run. Okay, I think, drummer's not down? Drummer is now down. Okay, good. Excuse me. I know you can't, yep, this happened to me so many times before. You do not have enough range to avoid in that spot. Excuse me. Let's see if I can get Scylla with that. And maybe her friend as well. Yeah, I was gonna say, that did not look like she was down for good from that. Okay. You are now gone. Homing Charybdis shots, which I am not a fan of. That's probably overkill. I think she's almost down. Woo! Hello. Okay, now she's down for good. Okay. Let's charge this back up. Could also try to... Hello. Could also try to get our charge attack ready to go. Haven't necessarily made a point of doing yet. best place to do it. Oh, right on top of him. Oh, hold on. Right on top. There we go. Okay, now we're fully charged up with the charged attack. I'm just gonna do basic special here. The Hex is ready to go. Okay. So now we immediately Hex you. And ideally do this as well. Okay, we dodged something. The drummer is still not down. She is now. Excuse me. Ooh, not a lot of great places to go here. Oh, and we need magic. Excuse me. Not really sure who I want to hit with the Hex. But I figure those guys are immobile. I can at least guarantee we get some value out of that. Do a charge, and I mistimed the dodge. I knew it was coming. It was so close to getting the timing right, but wasn't quite what I was looking for. That's a bit of a shame. And I keep you guys in there. Oh, okay. Skilla will hopefully get hit, but I'm not sure anyone else will. Okay. So she's at least gone now. Just get magic back. Okay. Magic. Down you go. So remember, the last phase is going to be Skilla with all the stuff that she summons, and so that's another case where you're not down. It's another case where we'd like to have a huge burst of damage ready to go. Hex, and if we can do the charge attack, that'd be even better when combined. Yep, this is you. It's hard to stand in the circle when it's those guys. So I'm going to take them out, and then I'm going to just kite you somewhere else while I charge up in the corner. I meant Corinthus, how? Does he stop shooting projectiles after all of them go down? I didn't think that was the case. Okay. Hold on. Fully charged, charge attack, fully charged, magic as well. I'm just gonna poke you. Don't wanna, waste any of that stuff. Okay, now we do this. And we do that. She blocked it! There we go, okay. Hex got her. Honestly, that might be our cleanest rival Skilla fight thus far.
Just won't shut up. For me.
And the Hex, as we hoped it might, did play a very big role in that. Okay. Nothing else in here, it doesn't seem. We did take a fair bit of damage, as was to be expected. I think some of that might have still been left over from the Chaos encounter. We'll heal a little bit here, and we'll heal with the Fountain as well, but before we use that, I think it may be Narcissus time. So that means we'll be guaranteed to get a very high rarity attack boon. So that's useful. Getting levels on that would still be quite good, though. Let's go here. It also increases the healing,
should keep me company.
which might even be relevant here. Not entirely sure if we would have gotten to max life without that. But now, that was, what, 60 or 80 damage before? So I think it's more than doubled from that rarity upgrade. That's why that's such a big deal. We don't have a lot of money. So I think we're going to pass on all these things, and we'd like to have more so we can get aggressive. We want to go to as many shops as possible because we know we're getting at least one free item in, or we're getting exactly one free item in each shop on top of whatever we might be able to purchase. So yeah, 58's not really enough, and we are getting this evolving something very soon. And it probably would be the special that we'd like that to hit. More than anything.
Closer now.
Attack cannot be rarefied anymore. Okay, and Cerberus is the enemy that we need to defeat for nightmare purposes, and we did not have to use any Death Defiances to get here, at least not yet, so that's a very big deal. Because, at least in the previous run, the same could not be said. Alright, finally a hammer upgrade? Third time's the charm, baby. Okay, I think we will still go Palm first in case we do see Echo in the next room. I don't think it's likely to happen. Oh, we did get the incantation for Narcissus and maybe Echo as well. And yet... Ooh, hello. Yet, that did not really do us anything in the previous floor because we didn't run into Narcissus. Ooh, random upgrade on the attack. It was 20 extra damage, I think. We'll take it. And remember, we also... Gold is useful too. We also... What was it? Lost my train of thought. Yeah. Okay, so there you get it confirmed. By being the champion of Elysium, you'll always get this. Some restrictions apply. Offer not available in all realms. Title may be rescinded without notice. Oh, that's clever little flavor text there. Oh, I was thinking of this. Our charge moves, at least, are getting even better blitz damage, and since our charge attack and our charge special are the ways that we are using our Zeus boons, that is meaningful. Okay, so I am going to skip the hammer, at least at first here. Okay, so this is the one that we're looking for. Alright, and we have armor at the very beginning of the encounter, so I also forgot about that. That was the boon that we took from Hephaestus that we didn't really want to take, but we took it anyway, because we wasted I think we kind of wasted a reroll, right? There you overkill. That's okay.
Rest again for now.
Was Hasty Retreat was verified? I don't recognize that one by name. Ooh, okay, but that is huge. That is one of the ones that I most wanted to see rarefied. In fact, it might not even be possible to get this up to heroic rarity, because there aren't any sacrifice. Maybe you can. But this is the one that gives us dodge chance per boon, and especially later on, as the run progresses, we get more boons. That is very helpful, because the way that the rarefication affects it is it gives you more dodge chance per boon. So the more you have, the more of a difference the rarity makes. Okay, then we can upgrade the attack rarity. I do like that. Yeah, I think we're taking it.
One more left.
Okay, then hammer, which if we had gotten one or both of the previous ones, could have been very impactful at this stage. Because either special, or probably ideally the attack, could be really helpful here. Oh, never mind. Hold on. It does use a lot of magic. That is in part because we took a boon that increases the magic cost. However, hold on. We have what is very fast magic restoration. It does require a little bit of setup. Let's see what we get here. Fully charged charge attack has plus 100 power. That sounds amazing. Your specials have plus 10 power and fly dead ahead. I don't know how I feel about that. Attack deals bonus damage to armor. No, we're definitely looking for this. Has to be fully charged. But I think that's okay, because we are ideally using a fully charged attack. Extra. Ooh! Hold on. Depends on if we have Echo in the next room. If we do, then we can't really take that. Okay, but we don't have Echo, so we can't. That is why you should always click on the bow first and see what the rewards are. Where is the bow? Here is the bow.
Flourish.
Before you head to the stern. Yes, that was a horrible boat joke. I am sorry. Okay, so mini-boss with higher rarity Zeus or Hermes plus gold. We are still a little low on gold, and Hermes can potentially give us more gold and more gold earning potential, or he can make it so we can spend even more money at shops, making gold even more meaningful. Whereas this is technically 2 rooms, this is just 1. So that means we'd see another room later on that has only 1 encounter in it, which might actually increase the probability of getting Echo if you're getting really technical. Kind of depends on which mini-boss this is, though, in terms of, like, if it's the Gorgons, I think that's totally fine. If it's the vampire dude, he's kind of annoying, but maybe we can handle it either way.
Let me past.
He's the vampire dude. Yeah, I just kind of got stuck there. That may or may not hit the vampire dude. It may, based on where he's standing. In fact, it may hit him twice. But got rid of all of his friends, which is the main reason why I did it. Okay, he leeches a whole bunch of life if you let him hit you, so I'd rather not do that. Oh, except magic back, hit you with this, let you do that, and do this. No, don't hit me, please. Also, please walk in here. Oh, we were so close to going down. There we go. We still got hit by the second one. Perfect. No damage taken, so I think that means this was probably still better than the other room, although you could have made the case for choosing it, depending on how good that Hermes boon ended up being. Earlier Hermes is oftentimes the better, so given how we're now mid-ish, maybe even a little further than midway through the run, it felt like it was a little less meaningful. And this is higher rarity, and as I said, this is 1 encounter, whereas the other one is 2, except I forgot that we're stuck with just common rarity boons now. So this was not going to benefit us from that standpoint. We could still take the cast to get as much Zeus stuff going on as possible. It would mean we have some serious Queen or King's Gambit potential, whichever one it is that sacrifices Zeus, but we're not about to do that with our very powerful attack, and still very powerful special. Even if the rarity isn't great, the level is. So this we'd love to see higher rarity version of, because with either of these hitting twice, it could be incredible. So I think instead we're going to go with something that is more minor. And then now 1 more common rarity boon, and we get more gold. I forgot that that's what the upside of this Chaos boon is. Okay, so it is Echo. Oh, man. Oh, man. The other room is so good. I'm sorry, Echo. Given how we are fighting Super Chronos here, I mean, yes, you do have some really good boons, or some good upgrades, but a hammer, a Selene Hex upgrade, which could be incredible, the magic, less so, but I really am not sure we could turn this down, even if that was very likely going to be something that progressed some subplot-related things. Oh, that really should be charge special first. Oh, hello. It's been a while since we've seen any of these guys. Also, it would be helpful if I had magic. Also, the reason why it's oftentimes still doing stuff, even when it says you don't have enough magic to do this, is because it's doing a basic special instead of a charge special. That was closer than it should have been. Okay, so now we know Echo is no longer a factor. Sad face. So we can just take whatever is best first, which probably means the hammer, then Selene, then magic, although there are some optional mini upgrades, which we could potentially nab first. Like this. And then make our way over. Oh, it's a windy area. Oh, there's even healing over there, which I did not see. There are a lot of enemies here, though. Nope, don't do that. Stop doing that. I see what you're trying to do. I don't approve. Guess this gives us a little bit of max life, which is nice. Where did we get the flat 20 armor from? I don't remember that. Is it one of our Hephaestus boons? We have the one that gives us armor at the beginning of the encounters, but I didn't think we had anything that gives us persistent armor. Okay, well, hammer first. Ideally attack, but special could be very good too. Oh, we dodged the environmental effect there. I didn't even know that was possible. Guess we're gonna do this. No, stay in there. Come back in here. Thank you. Nope, nope, don't do it.
Can't do it.
One moment. Okay. So, this gives us what? Gas strike hits larger, deals more damage. Charge attack gains a power shot that deals plus 80% damage. We have to try it. Oh, and this is specific to this aspect. In fact, all of these might be. They all seemingly have... this might not be. But these definitely appear to have different art on the side there.
Imbued with greater strength.
So that probably means we have to get precise timing with the charge attack in order to get that big damage multiplier, but if we do, then that is potentially incredibly powerful. Okay, so we're gonna go Selene now. Speaking of which, we are definitely using that on you. Enough to at least get rid of your armor, yes. I might wait until I have another hex ready to go before I re-engage you, except you are chasing me, which I did not realize. Hey, friend. Want to get hit by that hex? I think it got rid of you.
Can't right now.
Yeah, actually getting a little more magic would be kind of useful. We can spam the combo a little more often without needing to stop to restore magic. And then I think Hasty Retreat just got upgraded again. Okay, that's huge. That's huge. Okay, now we have 3 more points with which we can get you, or we can go up here and get, when it strikes a guardian, it charges up our next hex even more. Does that... Wait. With our double hitting hex, does that potentially activate twice? In which case we might be able to infinitely sustain our hex. That would be insane. I don't think that's... Well, it's still not enough in and of itself to do that, but get more damage after we use it in the encounter, larger area of effects, so it's more likely to hit, and then I'm very intrigued by that. Okay, now we take the the magic, and then if we take damage in this encounter, we can heal off. Oh, where did our special go? Excuse me. That was way more floaty. Went a lot further than I expected it to go. Okay. Area is a bit bigger. Damage, I'm not sure if it was immediately any higher, or it might retroactively remember that we've already used one in this area, and so it gave us the 5% extra bonus damage in the encounter from that, because I think it was hitting harder than it was at first.
Corruption cleared.
Okay, so now this makes it a little bit easier to spam the stuff we're trying to spam, and then we don't even need to get this chance this guy's gonna give us gold, but he didn't. We'll take that just because we can, and we don't have to worry about it potentially turning into the item that Echo duplicates. No worries. That's no longer a factor. Okay, so now wind around this way, question mark? Yes. Okay. Gold, which we still don't have that much of. Plus palm, plus magic. Little hard to get excited about that. Her triple boon, we have to. With this giving us... Does it say how much it is per boon anymore? It only gives us the total amount. But 3 boons in one room. is just such good value for that. If for no other reason than to set up
Grow golden once again.
more dodge chance. So I think... Let's see. I think we want Hermes first still. He still has the most potential to be useful immediately. You're really nasty.
More.
Hey, friends, want to get blasted by the other round of the Hex? Beautiful. There we go. Okay, so let's see what Hermes has for us now.
In the name of Hades.
The answer is... Oh, this is the last... Oh, I forgot. This is the last one that's limited to common rarity. Okay, in which case I probably would not have opted for it. We could still go here. It would have probably been the best option for us because we are very reliant on charge moves, and we already do have this, making us channel our charge moves more quickly, so it basically doubles that. Otherwise, we can spend even more at shops, which would be great when combined with our other big Hermes boon. We would just need serious gold to get the most benefit out of that. Just a little tough. This obviously does have damage potential, especially in crowded areas, less so in boss fights. This one could be the best, but it is tricky to make it work, and I am definitely kicking myself for having done this one first because of this still being active. Oh, but we have the bonus gold from Chaos.
2 left.
So, yes, still suboptimal order. So we would have loved to have seen this be higher rarity. I mean, who knows? Maybe it would have been
Reagent over there.
common rarity on that one anyway. All the other ones might have been higher rarity, but alas. At least, now for the rest of these encounters, we have bonus gold, so we can benefit more from that Hermes boon. And as I was saying earlier, we already are getting extra value from every shop that we go into because we have a guaranteed free item in each shop. So this just makes it all the more of a reason for us to want to go into every shop. Okay, so I'm thinking... Oh, I guess we can nab that. Hold on.
Do it.
One moment. That guy does shoot a lot of projectiles when he's the more powerful armored version. Okay. This gives us a little bit of max life as well, and we've gotten enough of those that they've started to add up. There might already be a full life upgrade worth of upgrades from them. Okay, I think I'm going to take you first. And I'm probably looking for the cast for freeze effect, or the damage immunity at the cost of priming a little bit of magic, or... yeah, I think it's probably one of those.
Going to be a problem.
Is it? Hope not. Thank you for walking in. Thank you for walking in as well. Do those guys just spawn in at the edge of our screen? It looked a little strange. No real animation behind it. They just suddenly appeared out of nowhere. And there we go.
Olympus, I accept this message.
And now, charge attack deals 65% more damage but uses more magic. I forgot about this. This is a must take. Ideally higher rarity, but I think we're still opting for it because we now have potentially several damage multipliers that can stack to make our charge attack hit way, way harder, which means potentially against a Super Chronos, we can get a huge chunk of damage out of him if we have enough time to charge it up, which is a question, but we'll see. And now for this. Guy's annoying. Don't step in the brambles. You guys are all hanging around in this general area. Oh, that was the second hex? Okay. I was like, why did the game slow down for a second there? Okay.
This is my
And
father's
Thunder
realm.
Rush got rarefied. That's our dash. Okay, I mean, it was common rarity before. Now it's rare. It's marginally better. Sure.
Hear me on my
It's not
authority.
really something we were all that keen on. Brave Face. Automatically use magic to resist up to 30% of any damage. Magic cost per damage point 10. We did take this before. In fact, I believe it was on our one other time when we faced the Super Chronos and we didn't have a good way to restore our magic. After we got hit by one of his really big moves, lost all of our magic, and that prevented us from using our key damaging moves, and that might have been the difference between us winning and losing. So, the timing is ironic, and I am hesitant to take it, because although at face value it might seem good, fortunately, it does mean that we can sort of restore our life by standing still as well, and suddenly this magic restoration boon is looking even more important than it did before. So, use magic to resist up to 30%. So basically, it'll resist as much damage, it can't resist more than 30% damage. It will do less than that if you don't have enough magic to do so. The magic cost per damage point is pretty dramatic, is the thing. So if you do get hit by something even somewhat big, you are very likely to just immediately run out of all of your magic. So, is this reason enough to feel okay about it? Otherwise, we get the cast. Oof. High rarity version of this would be incredible to give us even more ways to boost damage. It's still useful at common rarity. I might still go for this. I think I will, because this, yes, we have a good enough magic resistance boon that maybe we can still handle it, but we have been bitten before by this exact situation. And it feels like we're starting to have the build take the form we want it to with our crazy damage stacking on our attack. So I don't want to shake things up too much here. Yeah, we're definitely going here, because basically this would be a free Hera boon. However, we're getting a free reward of some variety. It might be something less meaningful than a boon, plus whatever we can purchase at the shop. We'd still love to have a little more gold, because we did end up taking you, which means we get a slight discount. But we also can purchase multiple things here.
Lord Charon.
Okay, so I think we may want to do this first. And then we're going to go here, and we're probably not going to be able to afford anything else. Even this, I think we're going to end up being priced. Yeah, we're very likely going to be priced out of that. We do this. So if nothing else, this was the reason for going into this room. So we got an extra item out of it. And it's a decent damage boost to all of our charge moves. I think that's still better than this. Then I think we do go this route, because again, it's another boon, so it gives us even more dodge chance here. This is starting to add up. And then the Hera one that we just picked up, where is it? It should, I think, give us a real-time reading on how much damage that's giving us. 15% across the board. So that's useful. It's not game-changing, but when combined alongside all the other damage-boosting stuff we have, it might be game-changing. So here we go. It really wants us to take this. It really wants us to take this. We can get the cast, or we could get damage based on our armor. We get 50 now. What is it that's giving us 20 armor? Do we have a boon that's always doing that from Hephaestus, or did we just pick up armor at some point and we haven't lost it since then? Did we buy it before the Zagreus fight and we haven't lost it since then? I doubt that. Not that. Because we have this, which does actually work quite well with you. So even if we lose all this armor, we are always guaranteed to get some for the first 7 seconds, giving us a big burst of extra damage there, and defenses, so we can get really aggressive and do some of those charge-up moves. So I think we probably will take this.
The Smith God's
Would
power.
love to be able to afford that, but unfortunately we cannot. Yeah, no golden urns, which, if anything, would allow us to get this. I don't think we want to buy you. Yes, we can afford you. Yes, it could be a little bit helpful against Super Cerberus, but at the same time, there may very well be a mini shop after this fight that we would like to be able to get stuff from, or if not, then start saving up for the next floor. Alright, but yeah, the big thing is as many boons as possible. As many boons as possible. Because each one is 1.25% dodge chance, I think. This was 15 before, I'm pretty sure. So 16.25 plus 6 there, so already 22.25% dodge chance, which is pretty good, and could get higher still. And we have the damage. Okay, so this will be tough, and this is the boss that I think we need to defeat to get the Nightmare as well. Okay, so we have the extra armor for the first few seconds, so I'm gonna just ignore what he's doing and do this. And then do this. So that definitely helps a lot. I don't know what we hit that caused an immunity to, or a resistance trigger there. Oh, hold on. Got you back. Very good. Dodges. That works. That's fine. Hit you with another one of these. Okay, that is a bit unfortunate timing, although, oh man, those guys hurt a lot. If they get hit by it, that'd be great. They don't really want to get hit by it, though. I also need to get magic back. He did not come back where it seemed as though he was going to come back. It was a little misleading. Is he still in that AoE? It's close, but I don't think so, unfortunately. He gained a bunch of damage resistance. I remember that is a thing. I think it's based on how many of his ads you do not kill. Something like that. There's the... Oh, that was 40 damage? What? Crazy. He's over here now, I can tell you that much. Please stop running away. Please stop running away. Most inopportune times. I encourage you to be in here. Oh, he's just non-stop using that ability. Non-stop using that ability. That's not really where I wanted that to go, but as long as you move ever so slightly forward, and ideally don't do that, it would be fine. The timing was not exactly what I was looking for, though. I do need to be ready for potentially a flamethrower, but you don't use it there. Be ready for one here. If not, try to kite you in here. There's no way to avoid. There is a way to avoid this. Flamethrower? No. Lunge. You have the X back, and you have chosen this opportunity to run away, which I do not appreciate. Magic. Now. Lunge. Back, please. Thank you. Oh, hold on. Ooh, yep. That was bad. What you doing now? The answer is that. One moment. Can you please go down to that? You did not choose to go down to that. I did not appreciate it. There we go. Okay. Not too bad. Could have been cleaner for sure, but in the grand scheme of things, not too bad.
Ensuring time flows freely forth apparently requires cleaning up the mired hound of hell.
Indeed. Alright, so the big thing is that we defeated Cerberus, got the extra nightmare from doing so, but we did not have to use any Death Defiances in the process. So we're still at what is basically full strength going into the final floor, and we did get some things that are long-term investments, like the Hasty Retreat, and like the Chakra Soldier. Oh no, not that. The bonus from defeating, yeah, Zagreus. Heal a little bit here. Obviously, we'll heal at the well, too, and it's going to be pretty close as to whether we get to max life, but I think once you factor in we're going to have a few more rooms before we actually face enemies, we should be fine. Yeah, that's already enough. Yeah, we actually don't have that much max life. Oh! Okay, this is the new keepsake that we got from Zagreus. We are, for whatever reason, not allowed to use it here. While at Fate's Whim, that's the same criteria that you have for the Hades/Persephone keepsake, where you have not used any rerolls, or you might not even be allowed to take any rerolls, and you also you haven't used any keepsakes that guarantee that specific gods or goddesses show up that give you boons. So basically, you leave all that stuff up to fate, make it completely random, and then you can get some really powerful keepsakes here from Hades and Persephone, giving you levels on your boons, plus a Hades boon. But in this case, you can rarefy blessings up to 2 times, and if we rank this up even more, then it could go higher still. So it seems like these are the kinds of things that you have to do a dedicated run for. Maybe some really high fear runs, ones that you have maybe reduced Arcana, so you don't have the rerolls in the first place, and you just make a point of never using keepsakes that summon specific people. And the payoff can be pretty big. It's just that the boons that you have will be very strong. It's that you don't have much of any control over those boons. Okay, so as for what we actually want here, though, I think it's definitely going to be something that is boss-centric, whether that's Knucklebones or whether that's the Luckier Tooth. I think we determined that in terms of pure life, Luckier Tooth is definitely better. Once you factor in the damage that you deal with Knucklebones, that could be better, given how this is going to be a very difficult encounter with rival Chronos. That certainly could help, but he does have multiple phases. So I'm fairly certain the Knucklebones only does that chunk of damage for the first phase. Maybe it is Luckier Tooth after all. There is that one Hades boon that gives us extra damage based on the number of Death Defiances that we've used, in which case this is an extra Death Defiance. We don't know if we're going to run into Hades, we don't know if we're going to get that boon from Hades. So it is largely speculative, but I guess we'll go with this. I think either one of these you could definitely justify.
Excellent.
Okay, then here... Oh. We are at full life. This is where it would have been ideal. We could have accessed this before the shop, or rather before the well, but it doesn't let you do that. This basically means these will last indefinitely. $29 life. Let's see, is there anything here that we'd be willing to sell? Honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to selling this dash boon. Except, I mean, technically, yes, it is helping us here. How much is it worth? 75? I don't know if that's really worth it. Getting 45, we're going to heal 5 here, heal 5 in the next room before we face any enemies. So in truth, that's really 45 gold for 19 damage. Maybe that's still okay. Let's do it.
Gold.
But max life is kind of alarmingly low at this point, or at least we'd certainly like to at least hit 200, and we may not get there.
Going down. I'm in.
Okay. So, yeah, nothing else in here. Oh, and that was actually more gold than usual because of the Chaos boon. Okay, nice, nice.
They'll know I'm
indeed. Alright, here we go.
To the lowest depths, daughter.
What? Why is our father saying that? I almost dashed into that. In fact, I'm very alarmed that I did not dash into that. Did I just attack that little rooted plant? Yes. I may have. It's none of your business. There we go.
You shouldn't have crossed me.
Speaking of which, now we nab you. Okay, and this is exactly the room that we are looking for sure. Who's here? Ratman! Not cool. Get out of here, Ratman. And your rats. I've had enough of them. No! I've had enough of them already. We need all the blocks we can get. There's another Ratman over there. It's heat-seeking projectiles. Oh, I don't have the magic. I do now. Probably could aim that better. That's okay. Okay, so that's now doubling our goal. That is why that was such an important thing for us to do. Okay, do we just get this? Or do we have to fight someone? We just get it. Okay, that's really useful. I think we only got that because we have such a high fear on this run. I thought we had tried doing that once before, and it did require that we fight some enemies. There are a lot of these encounters that look very similar. There are some distinguishing features, and the way that they actually work is a little bit different. Some require that you fight a normal room of enemies, some require you to fight a mini-boss, or at least armored enemy that has some extra mods on it, and other times like this, you just get the item for free. Or free, asterisk, if you have enough of the fear active. Okay, we are gonna get an item rarefied at the end of this room, which is nice. Okay, don't knock him out of the circle, though. I'm not entirely sure what just happened there, to be honest with you. This does seem to be a very long encounter. That was not really where I wanted to aim that, and that is not really where I wanted to dodge either. Or at least, not... Oh my goodness! Lids! That was not well aimed either. Please activate my trap card.
I can't.
Or just walk into that. The Weed Killer, I think that's the one that gives us bonus damage for our Omega attack. That's very good. We'll take it. The extra damage we took in this room, I'd rather not have taken that.
It'll be all right.
It's going to be very fast. Almost messed that one up. Here we go. Okay, definitely going here. I don't know if we're going to get any other boons rarefied. But that's okay. It's definitely given us good value.
There she is.
Okay, do we have any reason to gift to you? How many nectars do we have? Oh, we have a lot. Okay. I might gift here, in that case. We have a decent amount, at least. Because it is kind of hard to find these two.
Thank you, daughter. We could certainly make use of this. Hades had a particular idea for it, in fact.
Oh?
If you would permit it, daughter, I would offer up such nectar to the Shades assisting in the underworld renovations underway, as an added token of appreciation for their toil. Is that acceptable to you?
That's very generous.
Of course, Father. It's yours to do with as you please. And I can think of no finer purpose for it than to reward those Shades who have remained loyal to us through all this.
Okay. Now, as for
How fare the
reward
renovations to the house thus far? It was looking rather far along even before I departed.
Appearances can be deceiving, as you must already know, daughter. The initial work is rather quick. Addressing the details takes much, much longer.
Especially if all the details must be exactly as before.
Sounds like perhaps Hades is a little particular.
And why should we settle for less? Anything that we did not want changed ought to remain as we desired it.
Sounds like a big undertaking. Can I do something to assist?
Best leave this one to us, Malinui. We're pleased to see you here. Your father can administer his blessings and take his mind off of everything. Isn't that right, Hades?
Just make your choice and go, daughter.
Alright, let's see. Cast, launch a projectile that seeks foes. The binding circle forms where it hits and gives us extra damage. We still don't have a cast boon. Wow. Whenever we use 60 magic, we summon 3 soul urns that deal 200 damage. We are using a lot of magic, so that could be a good option for us. After we take damage, we go dark and do way more damage for the duration, which is kind of tempting as well, because we're definitely going to get hit in that Super Chronos fight. So, maybe we go for this one?
Be well.
I think either of those could have been fine. Oh, I didn't even see this. Alright. Then, obviously... Hold on just a second.
The brutal hound of hell by now permits the princes of the dead to approach.
Thank goodness.
You like that, don't you?
It's all written.
We need all the help and all the luck we can get on this run. So the support of the doggo definitely does help. Okay, here we go. Do you see that gold urn? I do not see the enemies, though. Now I do. Maybe it was a little bit unnecessary. I'm gonna do this. Try to catch you back in here, except I managed to miss both of you. Except I did hit you on the second time. Oh, hold on. That is a cool way to phrase it. Full blast. Put blasters on stun move! That was close. These guys are almost down. That's illegal. There we go. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else in here other than... Did we get the golden urn? I think so. There is a mini-boss encounter, so obviously that would be the most dangerous thing we could run into there. However, how many rooms are left? 2 if we go straight to the super shop as quickly as possible. So by taking on at least one more optional room, that does mean that'll activate one more round of steady growth. Who knows if that's going to be a big difference maker? Remember that an extra boon does also mean more dodge chance, 1.25%, which in a vacuum is not, in and of itself is not a huge difference maker, but get a few extra boons and get an extra 2 to 3% dodge chance. At this point, it's getting high enough. That is kind of meaningful. Okay, I think we do it. Let's see who we get. It is, I think, the coin purse, which is definitely not the one that I like to see. Oh, run. Run! It's so hard to avoid that. We don't have the magic. It's so hard to avoid it because it's fast. The good thing is that he pretty consistently alternates between the different attacks. Of course, as soon as I say that, he no longer does them in the same order every time. That's big, though. Now we can just... Nope, stop running, stop running. Okay, so we did take some damage, for sure.
I much prefer silver.
Much prefer silver, take that.
There we go.
So yes, as soon as we saw that it was this guy, then we knew we were probably going to take at least some damage. Not as bad as it could have been, and we get this, which could be quite useful. We do see air quality, which affects the dash. Definitely does not affect either of these. Anything else that really affects? Because for the most part, we're doing big bursts of damage, so I actually don't know that air quality is making a huge difference unless we see other Zeus spoons later on that are just doing little pokes. Yeah, we we really don't have much in the way of little bits of damage. We don't have a cast yet. It would help the cast if we then see air quality later on. This is not horrible either. I'm just not really sure we're going to be using the cast much at all in the Super Chronos fight. Because it's just so much weaker than the special and the attack. And our special does have some range. I think we might do this then. And if nothing else, as we said, it's a means to power that up. Okay, I think we're doing this. Technically, yes, at this point, we already know this is going to evolve in time, so that's not really a factor here, but oh my goodness. That's a lot of enemies. That's a lot of enemies. Nope, please don't. The other thing, hello, is that gives us a lot more potential to get money. Which, when we have our big extra coin earning potential, that adds up. Okay, even more magic restoration. Oh, I really like this. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Okay, so now I think from here on out, it's just going to be straight to the super shop. Very crowded so far. Those guys have a ton of health, don't they? I was gonna say there's no way that's gonna be the only wave, though. Bullet hell, which I did not succeed at. Yep, I was fine initially, until I wasn't. Sure. Okay, don't step on the trap, though. That's the one thing you don't want. Okay. Heaven floor. Oh, the special rarefied. That's a very big deal. Okay, and I now think we have enough money that, yeah, we have coin to spare here. We could take this, and honestly, it's guaranteed to last through the super shop, so I think it would pay for itself in that way. And then that means we can get all this stuff.
I need this.
Do we really need that? I mean, it's 7. It's 7 gold, and with the amount of gold that we have, what is the chance that 7 is going to be the difference between... Well, I guess we don't know. Maybe it would be the difference. But we're going to use it in the next room anyway. So, if it were there in the Chronos fight, you could make the case, okay, it helps a bit, but we already have magic restoration boon, so not going to be a huge deal. Okay. Ratman. Get rid of the Ratman. Hey, Ratman. Want to get hit again? How kind of you. Ooh, that was a block, apparently. Oh no, he blocked me, I think.
Couldn't do it.
There we go. Okay, and no room rewards here. Oh, okay. A fish, though.
Can't hide from me.
There we are.
Caught me a goldfish.
Caught me a goldfish. Okay, and yes, it is now the super shop, and with 2,200 gold and everything discounted in that shop, one would think we can buy everything. Bear in mind, though, that we are getting an extra item showing up. First thing we buy is getting a slight discount, so we should purchase the biggest thing first.
The river Styx.
Ooh. Not sure how I feel about this. Not sure how I feel about that. It is the most expensive thing. It means sacrificing a random hammer upgrade, and I thought we had at least one that was quite good. This, don't want to sacrifice that. And then there was one other that seemed pretty good as well. Yeah, I don't think this is worth doing. So let's get you for the discount. And then, I guess was always going to give us a duplicate of this, likely to give us a duplicate of this category, and this is always going to be the crafting item on the end. And we could still afford everything, but we probably would have liked to have gotten an extra boon instead. We'll take it. It's also an extra Charon card. Okay, so now we do this. And let's see. More armor. Every location, just 20, and it primes magic. I'm not sure that's really all that useful at this stage. We do have one reroll. This would probably be the time to use it, since this one is higher rarity. I mean, we don't have a cast, so there is something to be said for just getting a cast boon of some variety. But if we could get his infusion, which gives us damage based on the number of earth boons that we have, we already have 7, that's pretty solid. So I think I'm going to reroll and try to get that.
The Fates won't mind.
We do not see it. We do still have the option of going with the cast. We could, however, get life based on our magic. We have more magic than we have life. So that is pretty tempting. As I said, at this stage of the game, I would like to have more life than what we currently see here. And if we're never really going to use our cast, I think that's a better option for us. So we're at 231. Ideally, it would still be a little bit higher than that, if I'm being honest. But let's see what we get here.
On my authority.
And we do not have enough water boons for this infusion to work for us, but we could potentially get very good value from you. I think it probably is still the special we'd like to see the most. It's only one incremental rarity tier, but it's still the most important thing for us that is not already heroic rarity. Security system. That sounds like... Oh. It's a whole lot of armor at the beginning. It's not very meaningful, though, unfortunately, because that means it's only 7 seconds. That's the duration is the bigger problem there. But do we have the boon that gives us more damage based on our armor? We do. So it does mean we get more damage at the very beginning. That's the more impactful thing, I suppose, and then we'll probably want to take this as well. I think we're passing on you, as I said. I wouldn't quite be able to afford you now anyway. Oh, but this. I forgot about you. Probably... Ooh, this is actually tough. Wait. Mathematically, I feel like there is a right answer here. Damage from charge moves immediately activates Blitz and makes them stronger. Only by 3%? Wow. Okay, that's pretty rough. This is 5%, but it only affects the charge attack. So, for the charge attack, it's better. And this is the base damage on the special. And that is also... I mean, these are all boons that already have a fair bit of levels to them. So, I think it might just end up being you. They're all helpful. Okay, but here's the thing. This is now Rival Chronos. We have fought Rival Chronos before. So we sort of know what we're getting ourselves into. It's been a little while, though. So as a reminder, during the first phase, it's not as big of a difference. He might be able to do the double and triple attacks right off the bat. I do remember he summoned a very powerful mini-boss as an ad, or at least the one that we saw in the Fields of Mourning that can show up as a normal enemy in the Fields of Mourning, would be a mini-boss in Erebus, the first floor, the one that shoots all the little thorns at you rapid fire. So I imagine that was not a coincidence, and it's either going to be that ad again or some other similarly powerful enemy we will summon instead. So that's one thing in the first phase. Then the second phase is where you see the big differences, because most importantly, the clock phase, the one that usually is the one-hit KO, he does it multiple times in a row. So you have to immediately, after seeing one go, run for the next one, except, really sneaky, there is a time freezy bubble in the middle of the arena. So you have to run around that, otherwise you will be frozen, and almost certainly that means that you will get hit by the one-hit KO move while you're in that. And I don't know exactly how many rounds of the one-hit KO clock phase he does. It's at least 2, it might be 3. It might even go up the longer the encounter goes, I'm not sure. So those are mechanically the things that we need to be mindful of. In terms of our build, yeah, it's what we wanted it to be, really. Combination of charge special and charge attack which the base boons are very strong, and we have, obviously, the aspect of Shiva, which, at least if we can charge this up, can give our attack huge damage. The Hex also has some big damage potential as well. The other stuff we have is a bunch of supporting boons that increase the damage of those combos and help us charge them up more quickly, making them a little bit safer to pull off and a little bit easier to squeeze them in. Like, this could be absolutely huge if we manage to get a fully charged attack and the power shot. Hold X and release when you see a brief flash for stronger shot. Okay, I'm not really sure I'm going to get the timing right on that, but we can try. And then the dodge chance is 20 from Hasty Retreat plus 6 from Golly, so 26% total. That's pretty good. Should allow us to dodge at least a few of his hits. But still, there may be some curveballs that we have yet to see or that I don't remember, so that concerns me. Offensively, it feels like we have what it takes. Defensively, we have all the Death Defiances, which is nice, but it does still seem like maybe we could have benefited a little bit more from having more life, or I guess the Hasty Retreat. That's the big defensive thing that we have. So here we go.
Hello and goodbye.
Hello and goodbye. But hello again. And remember, we have the extra damage and extra armor at the very beginning. Oh, right, and that's the prophecy from getting here, which I kind of forgot about.
My understanding is that you attended quite the musical performance in the pit of Oceanus. You have navigated all of the infernal pipework just for that.
Oh, come on, that's nothing. Oceanus?
Oh,
That's
it's
old
no
news.
trouble at all. Such a vibrant interest there in the performing arts. You should visit more often.
So I think the key thing is that we have that something like 275 extra armor at the very beginning that only applies at the very beginning. So we basically want to just face tank whatever he does, ignore the damage that we take in the process because the extra armor is there for that purpose. If it ends up using a Golly block, then that's really annoying, and I think we may have seen it happen before, but we're just going to have to deal with it in that case. And that is our window in which to get a big charge special, ideally charge attack on top of that, all in the span of 8 seconds. Or 7 seconds, I think, is the window.
I truly ought, and wrest control over the blasted place as my rightful domain. For now, I merely sponsor some of the delightful programming you enjoy each night.
He sponsors Skilla? We should have known. Oh, okay, hold on. Then. Those are some resistances for you, and there goes the armor, but we did get some of the value we were looking for, so that's nice. These guys do have armor. I did waste a resistance on them, which is a bit of a pain, but oh, you are doing that, which I did not see at first. You do have this now, though. It's a big freezy area. Hold on. It's a good opportunity, maybe. Get some magic back. You froze some of your teammates, which was nice. You have double attacks, I'm realizing. Like, the area of effect appears twice. Would also have been a good opportunity. I see that. Would have been a good opportunity to charge up the aspect. That's a vacuum effect as well. That's devious. So yes, this first phase is still including some extra stuff that I had not remembered. Oh, and that hits on both sides, which is a bit of a problem because that would usually be the best time to attack you. You did get some shields from this, which is very unfortunate because that prevented us from getting the big value on the Hex that we were looking for. Just get these guys, and if he walks in here, then great. That was not what I was looking for. He did just barely seem to walk in here, at least for the first one, which was nice. The second one I don't think hit. Magic back. Magic back. Stay in here, please. Thank you. That could be very useful, for sure. This would potentially be a good time to do that. I hit the basic enemy instead. Is that half health? That might be half health. I think it is. Ooh. This again, he says. I just want you to be in that circle. Oh, he's getting the shields. Wanna? Oh, that was bad. Want to get rid of these before we use the hex. Still want you to stay in there, ideally. Thank you very much. Okay, this is the annoying, powerful ad that he has summoned. It's not the same one that we saw in the previous fight, but it is kind of the same esque, of the same tier in a way. Ooh, that was bad. Trying to get rid of it with that. Oh no, the hex! The hex! I needed the hex to hit you. That was the plan. Oh, we are dark. Come on. The ad's still there? The addy is still there. Excuse me. Fight you in here, preferably. Have this activate right now. That's still not enough to take you out, though. Dodge through and take some hits along the way, but necessary evil, it seems. Got rid of the ad, at least, which is saying something. Okay, I'm gonna save the, deliberately saving the, that should have been an opportunity to do a bunch of things. Get this back. Saving the hex for the next phase. I know it's a multi-clock phase, need to be prepared for that. Don't run through the middle. But I think we can still hit him with the hex. Okay, so it's this. Then where? Here, don't run through the middle. You can see the freezy bubble. Do we do it again? We do. No, that's also a freezy bubble! That's devious!
How about this?
And it's a magnetizing effect for that, which stinks. Oh, that's new. And, oh, the timing. I was trying to avoid that, but the timing was such that I thought it had already gone off. That stinks. Okay, that is big damage. Uh-oh. It's all the healing. Look at how much he's healing. Look at how much he's healing. No, go away. That's so much healing. That should be illegal. Please tell me he doesn't resummon these guys at any point in time. Okay, hold on. I need to dodge that. And I need to dodge that as well. There's no way out of this. There is no way out of this. That was so close. His scythe got 10 times bigger. That was a lucky dodge. Okay, that was... I didn't even see that he was doing that, I'm gonna be honest with you. Go here, and it's just that you have to do multiple things at once, and it is tricky, and technically getting hit by the little hands is probably better than getting hit by the other one, because the other one is guaranteed one shot. Dodge one. Dodge two. There are definitely far fewer windows to deal damage, and I just keep on not hitting with them as well. Okay, hold on. I had to. I know we don't have any death, or we're running out of death defiances now. We don't have any left. This could be the end. It definitely could be the end if I land in there. Have to do it though. He's not getting hit. What the heck? Dodge one. Goodness. Dodge two. X, I'm hoping you're gonna end up in the middle here. dodged it again. Oh my goodness. There's nothing I can do to avoid that. Oh, come on. We got him, I think.
Again, I have withstood the gods, even the fates. If you would deign to bring me low, how dare you? How dare you?
Okay, so this is our first time getting this far. Now, the reason why I'm not ready to celebrate just yet is because in Hades 1, if you increase the difficulty of the final boss, there's an hidden third phase. So I don't know if we're about to get a third phase, and if so, one hit and we're dead.
You wish to see the end of time. Here it is.
Oh no. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Our previous engagement likewise ought to have ended thus.
Some hopscotch, and he was chasing us around, and he had other abilities going on as well. So there is a third phase. We have found out about that, but I did have the hex up. I have no idea. Like, does he have the same amount of health he has in the first and second phase in that third phase? In which case, oh my goodness, there's no way we could have made that happen. Does it just require a little poke? In which case, maybe we could have gotten lucky if we threw the hex down quickly and then dodged around. It could have been sufficient, but I don't know. That's, might have to look back at the tape to see what that one's all about.
The Titan of Time. Even with all my training, I just couldn't beat him.
Alright, so, we did still, I think, in the grand scheme of things, have a successful run there, in that we got the Nightmare bonus, we got a Prophecy complete by getting to the Chronos fight. That was our highest fear run, at least going down, if not overall, ever. And we came further in that Chronos fight, even if we didn't quite make it all the way through. So we have a better sense of what the Chronos fight, the rival Chronos fight, is really like now.
Don't know how they managed to get Cerberus to sit still long enough for this.
But one thing that does give us a better sense of is, I mean, it seemed at first, after having done one of the rival Chronos fights and one of the rival Typhon fights, like, rival Chronos was difficult, don't get me wrong. Obviously, we did not succeed the first time, nor did we succeed this time. But it seemed like it might have been a little bit easier than the rival Typhon fight, which just was absolute mayhem. But now that we know there's a third phase of the Chronos fight, I mean, that might also mean there's actually an extra phase of the Typhon fight, even though Typhon, his phases are not quite as concrete as they are for Chronos. But, point being, Chronos is definitely more difficult than we were originally thinking, even beyond, given how we were not able to beat him before. So, if that's also the case for Typhon, then maybe Typhon is just ludicrously difficult, or if it's just Chronos, then, okay, maybe they're more evenly matched difficulty-wise, rival Chronos and rival Typhon.
Saw you chatting up horns again. Yeah, he's a bit of a stiff, but I guess he's not so bad. I think maybe I met him before, back when I died.
Oh, I doubt it. You'd remember having met someone like that. And he'd remember you as well. Though you have been dead a while.
That's, I can't figure out if that's really rude. It might be.
Yeah, maybe I was one of his first jobs. Just an innocent young woman doomed to a cruel, inevitable future she never deserved.
I mean, yes, you were the first woman ever, so it has been a long time.
Okay, Dora.
I mean, she's not really exaggerating.
My greetings.
Okay, hold on a second. Because we did reach the lowest depths with the aspect of Shiva. That gives us 2 of the ambrosia.
Destruction bearing Casenth. But to what end?
And those are expensive, but we already have a fair number of them stockpiled, I think, so I don't know how useful that really is. It's mostly just checking it off of the list, I guess.
Considering how well you seem to know Odysseus, surely you know brave Commander Skelemius, do you not? Brave and humble. For I scarce know anything about his past.
Skelemius, you say? I know of no one by that name. and my recollection is infallible. Perhaps he hails from a distant land, presided over by its own strange gods.
Or perhaps he's a fraud!
No, that can't be.
Okay. No one here.
Hey,
Nor is there anyone here. Okay.
You're here, Lord Charon.
Charon, however, is here. And Charon's shipment is here, so that's quite a bit of nightmare. And then we can get more still. We're getting, dare I say, kind of close to the point where we have all the nightmare we need. We actually do need moon dust for at least a few more of our Arcana cards, so I think we'll still get this. So it's easier to buy moon dust with darkness than it is to buy nightmare with darkness. So I think we'll go with this. We also have 10 Charon cards right now.
Shouldn't be too long.
And then it just frees us up to maybe, instead of always buying nightmare, occasionally buying some moon dust here, so we can upgrade some of those remaining Arcana cards that are not yet maxed out. We do have enough for nightmare with a little bit to spare, so I think we'll probably still go for it. It's just that maybe in the near future we can start picking up some other things instead. Nectars, we've 3 of them. We've kind of been making a point of picking these up when we have the chance. I guess we'll do it. Okay, then... Oh! We didn't
Our nightly ritual.
set anything up here. I guess we don't have what it takes anymore to get this stuff. And the Shadow Extraction, the Fate Fabric, that's another thing that we need for at least the Final Judgment upgrade, which is very expensive with Fate Fabric and those dust rewards that we were just looking at a minute ago.
have you been finding anything of use out there in your forays? No point returning empty-handed, though you may lack the necessary tools, I suppose.
Oh? You about to give us a new tool?
Erebus still teems with hidden life. I'm finding all sorts of things we need out there. I'm very grateful for the purse. It never weighs me down.
A witch cannot afford to be encumbered. The blessings and such from your relatives may be fleeting, but whatever goes into that purse isn't going anywhere. Not till you use it, of course.
I assume our purse is holding all of our items, not just the coin purse keepsake from Charon? Also seems like... What I'm wondering... Hold on, let's just take a quick look here at the Fate Prophecy.
Another prophecy.
Seek to know. They who created the world seek to know he who labors for the gods. I admittedly am not sure if this just means that occasionally, by running into these people, like, say, She Who Trained You, which we are fairly certain is Hecate, is that gonna activate just from talking to Hecate on a run or in town at some points, and it's just a matter of volume, eventually it'll end up happening? Or do we actually need to build our relationship with those people more by gifting them nectar and whatnot? Because if so, then that's not going to happen by itself. That's going to require a little more deliberate action.
Whilst I appreciate the gesture and the drink, it is entirely unneeded on your part. Have I not conditioned you to resist the temptations of unspoken contracts such as this?
I know not to expect anything in return, Headmistress. The act of giving needs to be sufficiently rewarding in itself. And please believe me that it is with you.
Okay. So maybe we need to be thinking a little bit more about that. So nothing new from you. You still won't let us gift to Odysseus.
Goddess, I was just thinking of your travels, taking you beneath the surface and above, I reckon to the ends of the earth. Not mere journey. Got to be a better word for it.
I wonder. Odysseus. Also, fantastic writing here. In case you're wondering, the word he's looking for is Odyssey, which is, yes, based on Odysseus. That is where that word comes from.
What is task not sufficiently extravagant? Perhaps assignment or voyage? Quest doesn't feel right at all.
In this time, though, perhaps that word has not yet been put in the dictionary.
No, too upbeat. And voyage is more of a nautical term. We'll think of something.
That'd actually be hilarious if that's the thing that we need to do. We need to find this word, and then we can further progress our relationship with Odysseus. That's the roadblock.
Trek, sojourn.
I actually would not be surprised if at some point, at least. I don't know if that's gonna be the thing that happens when we discover that word, but at some point, you know, I think there's technically is an epilogue that we've yet to get to, which I imagine is what activates what happens once you free the Fates. At that point, someone is gonna name drop the word Odyssey. Theoretically, nothing there either, nor is there anything here. Icarus hanging out in this corner? No, he flew off. Okay, so in that case, I know we didn't defeat Chronos, but we did get to the Chronos fight, and further in that rival Chronos fight than we've ever gotten before, and I think that is significant. And we did get the prophecy completed to at least get this weapon aspect to the Chronos fight. But it is also useful to know... Oh, and we also progressed the fear, such that if we want to get the fear for the black coat, we have to go up to 16. At which point, that's enough for either the surface or the underworld tier for the second round of the Knights Champion. We may need to find more creative ways to get our fear up that high, because the most straightforward way is by just maxing out the Vow of Rivals. Vow of Rivals, that's a great one. But it could be that, you know, you take the last one off, and you'd rather allocate your remaining 4 points, or however many you need, in other things, so that way you avoid Rival Chronos and Rival Typhon. So we'll figure out how we want to approach that going forward, but as we continue fighting Typhon and Chronos in the rival form, maybe it's just practice, maybe we decide it's best avoiding those altogether if we can. We have other hidden aspects to check out, though, the axe and the torches, so those will probably be next on the agenda. Let's just see if Skelly has anything to say. Not really.
I knew you'd make it here.
Alright, so I think that is it for now. As I said, I know we technically came up short, but it was our most difficult run, fear-wise, and I think for that reason, given how far we made it, and given how we still checked off a lot of the boxes, we can still call that a success, in a way. So this is the time for us to wrap things up, and thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.